So MTPConnect, as part of the Growth Centre initiative, was able to have a major projects fund. And that's a fund where we were able to invest in the constraints and barriers of the sector in a collaborative way. And we were deploying the federal government money and having that matched by the sector as a whole to really make a difference.
So we were given 15.6 million from the federal government to deploy in the sector for projects that are for the benefit of the whole medtech and pharma sector.
But last year, for our first round, we asked for big, bold ideas from the sector, things that they could do to actually improve the sector as a whole. So it wasn't about a company getting to the next value inflection point or an academic institution getting to its next round of funding. It was about identifying things that were stopping progress, working collaboratively together in consortium frameworks, putting money into that and actually making those activities successful.
So all of these projects are for the good of the sector and benefiting the sector in the long term. So there are companies who are doing training, there are other companies who are doing accelerators or incubators for medical devices or digital devices, and then there are a third set of projects that we're running which are facilities for the good of the industry. So we have 14 projects that we have supported so far. The partners vary from universities to us biotech are involved in 3 projects, MA are involved in a project, the MTAA are involved in a project. We've touched all territories and states. We've touched SMEs, we've touched universities, we've touched research institutes. The projects that are for training, we've currently now have the 100 students who are going to take part in the Bridge programme. 11 universities have signed up for the IMNIS mentoring programme for their PhD students. But we're also finding a lot of links between the projects. So as we promote the projects and as we learn more about the intentions of each of the projects, we're being able to make sector links between the different projects to not only benefit an individual's projects but benefit the whole sector.
The MTP project fund has been critical in setting up And Health. I can honestly say the project wouldn't happen without MTP funding. We have always thought that there was a need for a project like this, but there was no way to get that off the ground purely commercially funded. And I think the MTP project funding has allowed us to do this in a way that creates a no-loss scenario for the projects who are participating. So that actually gives us our ability to be non-profit. It gives us our ability to not take equity, and that enables us to work with the best technologies around to get the best outcomes for Australia. I think the Industry Growth Centres initiative and MTPConnect specifically are a really good example of how bringing in industry experts to help administer government money in the smartest possible way.
One of the great programs is the IMNIS program, and this is supported by ATSI and Oz Biotech, and this is where industry leaders are actually working with PhD students on a one-on-one basis for a period of 12 months to help them network into the sector, to better understand the opportunity that is in the MTP sector, medtech, pharma, biotech, and the potential roles that they could have with the training that they've had through their PhD. So what happens there is the industry mentor works with the mentee on a monthly basis for a period of 12 months, giving back, if you like, to the ecosystem that's made them successful. So one of the initiatives I'm proud of is the Bridge program. And this was where 14 pharmaceutical companies, an industry organisation and academic groups got together and identified how to better transition our workforce into pharmaceutical jobs, highly trained jobs for early and mid-career researchers. And so those pharmaceutical companies and those collaborators got together and they put together a program, and 100 participants will go through that program this year. And they will get a better exposure to industry, including internships and training, and the opportunity to look at global pharma as a job opportunity for the future.